Hi, everybody. I wanted to share a little bit with you, a little bit more, I should say, about your upcoming team facilitation sessions. I've had a couple of questions about these things, so I'm going to try to kind of hit some of the highlights that I've had through those questions. But if there's things that you continue to want to know about or have some questions on in your team, contact me individually. So the big things you need to think about as you're preparing your team learning sessions is that you are actually going to have us engage with whatever method you are presenting. So if that's games or field trips or graphic organizers or storytelling, whatever it may be. So you're not just telling us about it, but you're actually going to facilitate some sort of activity or session with us as a class as a whole using your method. As well, you need to make sure that you include details on your method, how to use it, best practices, things like that. Some of you may find that information could be included within whatever we're doing, however we're engaging with your method. For some of you, that might not work out so naturally, so you might include something additional that gives us that information, whether that's a document that you create, a presentation. Sometimes we've had students put together small websites with this information, whatever it may happen to be. Another important thing that you need to keep in mind as you're putting together these sessions is that it really needs to be focused on adult education. I know that might seem obvious, but in the past, some folks have thought, oh, games or whatever it may be, field trips, and then think about kids. So really, really specifically orient this towards how this actual method could be used in adult education and for adult learners. Excuse me. Your team is expected to be the facilitators of whatever you put together throughout the week as well. So I am there, I am paying attention, I am listening. Sometimes I'll be jumping in and participating, but I will not be facilitating your sessions. So do make sure that you plan for that. Sometimes folks find that it works good to have both team members facilitating. Sometimes one person takes on those duties, whatever you think will work best for your team. Of course, if you do have questions or things you're not able to address during your week and you do want to bring me in, just let me know. Hey, Leanne, could you talk about this? And I'm happy to step in, but I'm not going to step on your toes. Finally, you need to make sure that you're providing additional resources for whatever your method is for the class. So really that is up to you if there's readings, websites, whatever it may happen to be. So the class can get a little bit more detail and information if they really want to dig into your method. So those are kind of the big things that you need to make sure that you're hitting, that you're planning for, and then facilitating for when you do your session. Again, one more thing, excuse me. Do think about. So we've kind of been starting this section on facilitating by the big ideas, which are the kind of the 7 big ways of learning that we've talked about in the Davis and Aaron text. So, and then we kind of narrowed these down to how those help you reach outcomes, and then which specific teaching methods can help you to reach those outcomes. So that's where we are with these team sessions. Here's these specific methods. So you're not you don't need to necessarily talk about those 7 ways of learning from the Davis and Aaron text, but you're welcome to if you think it would be interesting. You might say, yeah, this method works really well for cognitive learning or learning through inquiry or whatever it may happen to be. So if you feel like linking it to that. Okay, so kind of a few pieces there to give you a little bit more guidance on this project. Hopefully all of you are connecting with your teammates, working hard, getting things going. Again, please do reach out. Feel free to post questions directly to this announcement if you think they would be beneficial for the class as a whole, or if you want to reach out individually, that's fine as well.